Hello, race fans, and welcome back to the More Freedom series. Today we have traveled to the Phoenix International Raceway for the Phoenix 68. This is going to be race number 22 in the More Freedom series, season 3, and the points race tightened up just a little bit, so let's go through your top 10 in points. Your points leader is still going to be the 329 of Heck of a Duber. Second place will be the 69 of Arco Creates. Third will be the 3 of Geek Girl Games. Fourth will be the 96 of Nico. Fifth will be the 00 of Mudbone. Sixth will be the 300 of Resemble. Seventh will be the 49 of Jetman. Eighth will be the 799 of Mike Check. Ninth will be the 06 of Ice Cream Some Days. And rounding out your top 10 will be tied for 10th, the 660 of Garrett Miller and the 80 of Hog Eric. So that's your current top 10 today here at Phoenix in points. Your team points look like this. MBR still leading the way with KFB in second, Aces to Zed in third, Douche Motorsports fourth, and Dump and Roll Racing fifth. Chassis standings are Dodge, Chevy, Toyota, Ford, and Pontiac, as Toyota and Chevy have made inroads into that Dodge lead. So we're going to see what happens today. But looks like it's shaping up to be a hot one here at Phoenix. Temperatures in the upper 90s, probably hit the triple digits at some point. That's going to make this track slick, greasy. Cars are going to be sliding everywhere, but it's going to be an amazing race. So I think it's time. The crowd's here, so let's go racing. Let's go through your starting top 10 for this Phoenix 68. Starting on the pole will be the 72 of Duchess, and on her outside, the 33 of Harvey Jones. Starting third will be the number 1 of Jamal Jackson, and on his outside, the 34 of Super Snake. Starting fifth will be the 51 of AJM, and on his outside, the 69 of Arco Creates. Starting seventh will be the 777 of Seabass, and on his outside, the 49 of Jetman. Starting ninth will be the 96 of Nico, and rounding out your top 10 will be the 420 of Queen of Hearts. So Duchess going to be leading us down to take this green flag here at Phoenix with the Harvey Jones on the outside and Jamal Jackson right there behind her. So as a note, right now, both of the Amish Buggy Racing cars, the 777 and the 34, both starting in the top 10 here today. So we're going to see how they do. Only two Pontiac, not Phoenix drivers in the field. But as we get close to this green flag, we are underway here at Phoenix. Duchess going to be leading us down to the turn 1. Down into 1 they go. Duchess down at the bottom right now. Right behind her is going to be that number 1 of Jamal Jackson. Jamal's going to try to get to her inside already here on lap number 1. As we head down the backstretch into turn 3 and 4. So Duchess, your leader as of right now here at Phoenix. She's trying to pull away from that number 1 of Jamal Jackson. And as a note, the Phoenix it's going to be a low line track here, so we're going to see how some of these drivers do on the outside, especially at 33 of Harvey Jones, as he's currently stuck on the outside on top of the 51 of AJM, but AJM getting pushed along by that 777 of Seabass. Let's bring up your timing and scoring. As always, top 10 will be on your left. Your favorite driver scrolling across the top. Battle right here on the track for the third position as the 777 of Seabass trying to get down to the inside of the 51 of AJM. He's going to almost cut him off right there into the turn. As we head onto the backstretch, that 777 had to slide back a little bit from the 51 of AJM. He's now in a battle with the 33 of Harvey Jones. Right behind that 777 is going to be the 96 of Nico, currently running 4th in points. He is trying to make a huge distance on the leader, the 329 of Heck of a Duber, but here comes the 29 of Wishbone Attack. He's getting underneath the 69 of Arco Creates right now. So Wishbone, having started in the 11th position, has worked his way already into the top 10 up to the 8th position here as he passes the 69 of Arco Creates. The 34 of Super Snake sliding high is going to allow that 29 of Wishbone Attack to work underneath him. Right behind that 29 is the 49, so 3 MBR drivers stacked up in a row right here as they work underneath that 33 of Harvey Jones. Harvey, your second place starter, is really working hard on the outside here, so he's got his car hooked up. If he can make it to the bottom, he might be able to make inroads into the front of the pack. Checking back in on the front as that 51 of AJM now working underneath the 1 of Jamal Jackson. AJM had fallen to... He had moved up. He's moved up to 15th in points and just had a rough week last week. We'll see how he does this week here at Phoenix as he's trying to work around that number 1 of Jamal Jackson for KFB Racing. Trying to follow the 51 is going to be that 777 of Seabass. So Seabass has scratched and clawed his way out of last place in points again. He is now up to 36th. We're going to see if he can do anything today here at Phoenix to get himself up even higher. He's currently about 150 or 140 behind Zed for 35th. As he was thinking about getting underneath that number 1 of Jamal Jackson, checking back here in the pack. That 33 of Harvey Jones was able to make it on the outside. So Harvey has an excellent car here today at Phoenix for RP Racing. As you'll recall, last week his teammate, the 544 Frederick Winklebaum, had an incident with the 07 of Douche Baggins and the 80 of Hog Eric, putting Eric out of the race last week. But Harvey this week, who finished, I believe, in the 4th position last week. He's right now 5th on the track after starting 2nd. Right behind him is going to be a stack of MBR drivers, and then comes it's actually a huge stack of Dodge drivers, and then comes the 34 of Super Snake, and then the 88 of NM. We got a battle right now between last week's winner, the 23 of Fuller Than You, and the 799 of Mike Check. So right now on the track, this is going to be a battle for the 14th position, it looks like, as at last lap, the 20 of Adam B5000 is able to get around Mike Check. Mike Check slowly falling back right here as he's fallen into the clutches of the 71 of Kung Fu Beer. Keeping an eye on the front runners. AJM still about 0.3 of a second behind the leader, the 72 of Duchess, who has led from the pole and led every single lap as of right now. We're going to see when pit stops happen here at Phoenix, as that 51 of AJM is slowly starting to reel in the 72 of Duchess. Reeling in and catching and then passing this 72 may be a different story. We're going to see what she can do on the track to maybe keep that 51 of AJM behind her. But she has had no contention as of right now. She's been able to really save her tires in this crazy Phoenix heat right now, as I'm sure the track temperatures themselves are well above 120, as you know, again, it's 99 here today at Phoenix and could be a possibility in the triple digits before this race finishes. And if you watch these cars, they are sliding a little bit in these turns just because it's so darn hot here at Phoenix. Checking in on that 777 of Seabass, he is now down to the inside of the number 1 of Jamal Jackson. Along with him is that 33 of Harvey Jones and the 96 of Nico, going to try to follow along too. So run to the front for this 777 of Seabass, as again, Seabass has had good cars this year. He's just had very, very terrible luck in the More Freedom Series this year. He just hasn't, they just haven't been able to stop up the bad luck, is what I'm saying. Like, it's been terrible. It's been bleeding everywhere. But he is now up to the 3rd position here in the More Freedom Series, and he is going to try to make inroads into catching up to the 51 of AJM, that Trojan Dodge for MBR, but your leader still that 72 of Duchess for Douche Motorsports and their Sugarland Shines Harborough Chevy. Good looking car for that 72 this year. Very well done by the Douche Motorsports, but we'll check back in through the back of this pack as the 1 of Jamal Jackson sliding back right now as he's getting teamed up on by the 29 of Wishbone Attack. And Wishbone, a little bit of a tap by the 49, his team member. So a little tap to the back bumper of that 29 by the 49. Sent the 29 a little bit sideways through the turn. Wishbone Attack able to gather it up keep moving forward, keep getting underneath that one of Jamal Jackson, but that's going to allow the 42 ZWTF to get to the inside of that 49 as he had to check up and slide high, or he was going to wreck his teammate, the 29 of Wishbone Attack. Wishbone, again, rough year this year for him as well, as he's fallen to 28th in points right now. So a good run as of right now for him at Phoenix, as I thought that 42 of ZWTF was going to try to get down to his inside, and he is trying to get down to his inside. He is literally pushing that 29 of Wishbone Attack out of the way, which is sliding that one of Jamal Jackson high as we go 3 wide down the backstretch into 3 and 4. We're getting all kinds of 3 wide action here at Phoenix as the 42 and the 29 battle it out right now, with the 69 Lion and Wade as the 34 of Super Snake down to the inside of the 49 of Jetman. 3 wide heading towards the backstretch right here. Check in on your front real fast, as the 72 of Duchess still keeping that 0.3 of a second lead over the 51 of AJM and that 777 of Seabass. We'll get back to this action right here as the 42 of ZWTF down to the inside of that 29 of Wishbone Attack. Following him is going to be, as we got 3 wide again right now, with the 88 of NM sandwiched between the 1 of Jamal Jackson and that 23 of Fuller Than You. Looking to take advantage of the whole situation is going to be the 71 of Kung Fu Beer. As we had a host of MBR cars right there, they're now getting broken up as they get pushed to the outside. That 49 of Jetman is on the outside, as he is now not 3 wide. And that 29 of Wishbone Attack is working really hard on the outside of the 69 of Arco Creates right now. 34 of Super Snake trying to get a run on the 29 and try to get around him. Still keeping an eye on your lead pack, as AJM still running in the second position. That's the 49 of Jetman finally able to get down to the inside, but his teammate, that 29 of Wishbone Attack, after the little bump by the 42 of ZWTF, still stuck on the outside right now. Adam sliding, Adam B 5000 sliding up right there as he almost got into the right rear of that 34 of Super Snake. He is right on the bumper of the 29 of Wishbone Attack. So Fuller, last week's winner, has worked his way into the 12th position. He started in the he started 15th here today at Phoenix. So he's trying to make it 2 in a row here in the More Freedom Series. I don't know. He's got a long road to hoe here with about 40 laps to go. Checking in on the front pack still, as AJM is inching closer, just a little bit closer here to the back bumper of that 72 of Duchess. He's still about, he's made up about 1/10 of a second this last couple laps here. But I think that's going to be a little bit of the help from the 777 of Seabass, as not much drafting, as you would see as like at a super speedway or one of the larger speedways, but there's still going to be drafting here, so there's still going to be a little bit of help from behind by that 777 of Seabass, as AJM trying to work to catch up to this 72 of Duchess. As it looks like we got pit stops, we're going to watch the 72, the 51, these leaders all coming in. The 69 of Arco Creates is going to stay out. He is going to get those 5 bonus points, but we'll check in and watch what your leader, the 72 of Duchess, does here for her pit stop. See if Douche Motorsports can get her in and out in a good time, or what's going to happen. So let's see what's going on here for the 72 as she is into her pits. Right side tires going on for that 72 of Duchess. Looks like I got tires for the left side as well, so left side tires also going on for the 72. Here's some cars firing up behind her. She's getting the fuel in, and she is down and away, so a little bit of an extra stop by that 72 of Duchess for Douche Motorsports. That's going to put her out behind the 51 and the 777. The 123 of Roy Chow, I believe, has not stopped yet. Checking in on Roy, so he had not stopped yet. Your last lap leader was the 80 of Hog Eric, which this might put the 51 of AJM out to the front. We're going to see, because you see some dust here on the track. Hopefully we're still green. We are still green as of right now. We're going to check to see who's in front of him. So the only car in front of him right now is the 123 of Roy Chow. Roy Chow is down and away. AJM coming off of turn 4. He's heading down the front stretch. The 80 of Hog Eric, who was your leader, is now not going to be your leader. That's going to be the 51 of AJM here at Phoenix. Checking to see who's in front of him. That's 06 of Ice Cream Some Days. I think she is currently going to be the last car on the lead lap. We're gonna wait for timing and scoring and everything to update as the 777 of Seabass trying to get down to the inside of the 51 of AJM. Little bit of a bump going into 1 and 2. Sliding is that 51 of AJM. Drag race down the backstretch between the 777 and the 51. So Seabass is trying his darndest to get up here to the front and lead, as we have 34 laps to go here at Phoenix. So inching ever closer to halfway as the 51 of AJM does a crossover move on that 777 of Seabass. Off of turn 2 they go. Down the backstretch into the little kink on the backstretch. The 777 of Seabass, just his car hooked up right now. He's able to make the pass and keep the lead on that 51 of AJM as AJM tried that crossover move here. So Seabass trying to lead the way at halfway here today at Phoenix. Your current fastest lap on the day is going to be by the 29 of Wishbone Attack at 137.510 miles per hour, 26.180 seconds. Let's check in on your top 10. Let's go through that after these pit stops. So your leader is that 777 of Seabass for Amish Buggy Racing. Second will be the 51 of AJM. Third will be the 42 of ZWTF. Fourth will be the 96 of Nico. Fifth will be the 72 of Duchess after that long pit stop that she had. Sixth will be the 69 of Arco Create. Seventh will be the 33 of Harvey Jones. Eighth will be the 29 of Wishbone Attack. Ninth will be the 88 of NM. And rounding out your top 10 will be the 23 of Fuller Than You. So last to each winner, the 23 of Fuller Than You has now made his way into the top 10. He is, as it looks like, oh, I thought that was the 88 had pitted, but that's the 300 is behind the 23. The 88 is in front of the 23. So the 300 of Resemble, currently running 6th in points. He had started, let's see where Resemble started today. He started 17th. He's currently up to the 11th position. Checking in on your leaders. 72 of Duchess trying to reel in that 96 of Nico, who is also trying to reel in the rest of this pack. As Seabass looks like he's got a strong car here today at Phoenix. He is going to be your leader at halfway today. With 29 laps to go, your leader here at Phoenix is the 777 of Seabass. And we're going to check back through this pack, see what the racing is looking like as that 300 of Resemble now down to the inside of the 23 of Fuller Than You. So Resemble, currently running 6th in points, is trying to get another position over that 23 of Fuller Than You. But if we look back here into your screen as of right now is the 329 of Heck of a Duber. Duber started 33rd on the day today, and he has now worked his way up to the 16th position. He may actually be higher than that right now. He is now up to the 14th position. So Duber, your points leader, is desperately trying to make it into the top 10 as several of his competitors, the 69, the 96, the 300, all in front of him, as well as the 00 of Mudbone in front of him. The 3 of Geek Girl Game, she's currently mired back in 33rd position. As the 329 works to the inside of last week's, ooh, very close right there between the 329 and the 23 of Fuller Than You, as Duber down to the inside of the 23 of Fuller Than You, right behind that 00 of Mudbone. So I'm thinking that Duber, even though he'd ran Dodges the last 2 years, the last 2 seasons here in the More Freedom Series, his switch over to Chevy has been a real boost to his performances and everything here in the More Freedom Series. Checking in on the front, that 72 of Duchess has now been able to get around both the 69 and the 96, so she has now put herself back into the 4th position. He's going to set her sights on the 42 of ZWTF, but the leaders, the 777 of Seabass and the 51 of AJM, have put up about 1.3 seconds over 3rd place, the 42 of ZWTF. So that bad pit stop by the 72 of Duchess, she is not letting it get to her. She is really working really hard right now for Douche Motorsports to get back up there to the front. We'll see if he has what it takes. She's currently 1.4, so she's made up about 1/10 of a second, 2/10 of a second that last lap to catch up to the front. Oh, I'm sorry. She's 2.3 seconds behind. So I was looking at ZWTF. He's made up 2/10 of a second, I think. As the 33 of Harvey Jones trying to get down to the inside of the 96. He's going to have to check up just a little bit. That's going to allow that 29, a wishbone attack, to get down to his inside, help protect his teammate, the 96 of Nico, who desperately needs these points to get closer to the 329 of Heck of a Duber. Nico, again, running 4th in points right now. Last season's points champion. The 88 of NM right there by himself as the 329 now working underneath the 20 of Adam B5000 along with that 00 of Mudbone. So Duber trying to get into the 12th position here. He is really working hard to keep his points lead after a bad pit decision last week. Duber had a great car last week, but for whatever reason, his crew chief just had a bad pit decision as the 40 of Veteran Chaos down to his inside right now. 00 of Mudbone flowed up a little bit, so Duber had to go high to not hit him. Looks like Mudbone might be having some issues here. I mean, maybe he's coming into the pits. I'm not sure. His car definitely was off the pace there for a second or two. He actually looks like he's off the pace quite a bit as far as how he was running, but again, it's very, very hot here at Phoenix, and his tires just might be going away at this point in the race. As a note right here, the 80 of Hall Garrick running with his teammate, the 999 of Deviant, and the 95 of Zed Brunna. Eric started on the day. He started in the 27th position, has already led 2 laps here today, and has worked his way up to 16th as he's working down to the inside of his teammate. The 40 of Veteran Chaos makes it 3 wide. He was tired of waiting on the 00 and the 329, so Vet makes it 3 wide with the 329 and that 00 of Mudbone. It looks like the 80 of Hall Garrick might follow him around here. Sound like somebody scraped the wall a little bit right there. Checking back in on your leaders. As now that 42 is ZWTF, who has had a strong run in the second half of this tire stint, definitely has made up quite a bit of pace between himself and the leader, the 777 of Seabass. So that 42 is ZWTF looking to pass the 51 of AJM here in just a minute, as the 72 and the 69, apparently them working together right here has just allowed the 69 and the 72 to just get up here to the front. And Arco definitely needs these points. Currently, he's a little less. He's about 170 points behind Duber right now. About, I think, like 171 points behind Duber right now for the points lead. 15 points ahead of G3 and 60 or 50 some odd points ahead of Nico. So this is definitely going to help him. He's not going to be able to overtake Duber in the points, but he's going to be able to shave off a bunch of those of the points in between. As Duchess, as a note today, Duchess has led the most laps as of right now. We're going to see, because I believe we're going to have pit stops here in a couple laps. because they're not going to be able to make the last 14 laps to the end of this race. So we're going to get one more pit stop here at Phoenix. Also, as a note, the current fastest lap is by the 329 of Heck of a Duber at 137.841 miles per hour, or 26.117 seconds. As we see a battle right here on the track for a second position between the 42 of ZWTF and that 51 of AJM. Down into 3 and 4 they go. ZWTF is low on the track. He is coming into the pits, so the first taker of the leaders for pit road is the 42 of ZWTF. With 13 laps to go here at Phoenix, we've got pit stops underway. We're going to watch this 42 and see what he does. See if it's going to be 4, how many tires he's going to take here today, as right side tires are going on this 42 of ZWTF. Fuel going in for these last 14 laps, so 2 tire stop for the 42 of ZWTF. We're going to see if everybody takes 2 tires. Trying to catch up to your leaders real fast, as everybody looks like they are coming in right now. There's the pole sitter, the 72 of Duchess. She is in. Very awkward entrance into her pit stall. So right side tires going on for the 72. Fuel going in for these last 11 laps. And she is down and away. Finally, that 72 of Duchess finally down and away. So I believe we're checking in on the rest of this field as everybody else is coming in now. The 96 is down and away. 69 of Arco Creates. He is not going to beat out the 42 or the 777, so I believe your leader is going to be the 777 of Seabass. Arco was shown as your leader. Then I believe Eric would have been next in line. Checking to see where Eric is right there. The one of Jamal Jackson is in. So I believe your leader after pit stops is going to be the 777 of Seabass. He is most likely going to lead the most laps here today. We're still waiting to see. Looks like some damage on the right-hand side of the 69 of Arco Creates. A little bit of a damage right there for that 69. So I'm showing DB currently running last right now. But finally, your timing and scoring updates. So let's go through your current top 10, as this might change in just a second. As the 42 of ZWTF right there to the back bumper of the 777 of Seabass. So your current top 10 is going to be your leader, the 777 of Seabass, as the 42 of ZWTF working underneath him here in the 3 and 4. So we might have to change our current top 10, as Seabass on the outside leads that lap, but I think this 42 of ZWTF, as we see the battle for the lead here with 6 laps to go. Battle for the lead down the backstretch into 3 and 4. ZWTF is low. Seabass is high. Out of 3 and 4. We're going to see how long they can keep this up. As your leader on that lap was again still that 777 of Seabass. As the 42 of ZWTF putting a fender up there right now, as Seabass able to get off the turn a little bit better, but that 42 of ZWTF into the turn is a little faster. So as we watch this battle for first, your third place car will be the 69. Fourth will be the 69 of Arco Creates. Fourth will be the 51 of AJM. Fifth will be the 29 of Wishbone Attack. Sixth will be the 96 of Nico. Seventh will be the 88 of NM. Eighth will be the 33 of Harvey Jones. 9th will be the 300 of Resemble, and rounding out your top 10 will be the 20 of Adam B5000. Duber falling down to 19th right now, as well as the 72 of Duchess falling to 11th after that pit stop, as still battling on the outside is that 777 of Seabass, but I think it's a losing battle right now between himself and the 42 of ZWTF, as he's able to get off one, and he's able to get off 2 really good, and I think he's able to get through off of 4 really good, but the middle of the turns right here and 1 and 3 just aren't what Seabass has in him, as he is going to fall behind the 42 of ZWTF. ZWTF will be your official leader now, with Seabass leading the most laps here today. We got about 2 laps to go, as the 777 is he's hoping to make a run here on the 42 of ZWTF. I mean, this is a battle for the win, and I'm just saying, a little bit of the chrome horn by that 777 of Seabass isn't going to hurt anybody. It might help him get the win here, as the 69 of Arco Creates is wanting to play spoiler to both of these drivers and take away that top position. Heading down to the front stretch for another time. We're going to get the white flag here for the 42 of ZWTF. Final time around this circuit here at Phoenix International Raceway. Your leader is the 42 of ZWTF. He has the 777 of Seabass right here on his back bumper as they head down the backstretch. Into 3 and 4, the 777 trying as desperately to get down to the inside, but off of 4 onto the front stretch. I believe your winner today here at Phoenix is going to be the 42 of ZWTF. As I almost lose my voice, awesome race here today for that 42 of ZWTF. He started in the 13th position today and is able to work his way to the front around all those other cars and able to capture the win. So let's go through your finishing order. Again, your winner is the 42 of ZWTF. Second place will be the 777 of Seabass. Third will be the 69 of Arco Creates. Fourth will be the 51 of AJM. Fifth will be the 29 of Wishbone Attack. Sixth will be the 96 of Nico. Seventh will be the 88 of NM. Eighth will be the 33 of Harvey Jones. Ninth will be the 300 of Resemble. And rounding out your top 10 will be the 20 of Adam B5000. Awesome race here today at Phoenix. Congratulations to that 42. Next week we go to Texas for the Texas 100. It should be an amazing race down there in Texas. Should be a close battle, as a lot of these races have been. A finishing gap of 1/10 of a second between first and second here today. So let's check in on those points, as looking through the finishing order, Duber ends up finishing 18th today. So that's gonna help the Arco and Nico and Resemble, and it looks like he was able to finish ahead of the 00 of Mudbone. So Arco and Nico and Resemble going to make some inroads into the points that Duber has over them. So his points lead. There we go. Also, let's check in on those team standings, as I believe the MBR is going to just increase their lead here today, as they had 4 drivers in the top 10. And also Dodge is going to increase their lead, as they had 7 drivers in the top 10 today. So it was a Dodge track here at Phoenix. Apparently, whatever the arrow is on those Dodges, that's what that put them in the front today. And almost a win by that 777 of Seabass. Definitely going to help him be out of last place in points. But again, congratulations today to the 42 of ZWTF. He is your winner today for the Phoenix 68 here at Phoenix International Raceway. And until next week at Texas for the Texas 100, Take care.